2 to 3 years back, I was skinny fat, which basically means I had no muscle mass whatsoever. So I had skinny arms, skinny legs, but I had a fat belly. So you couldn't really tell I was skinny fat because when you'd wear a shirt, you just look skinny. So everyone just thinks you're skinny. But in reality, you have a fat ass fucking belly. And because of that body I had, guess how I was treated? Guess how people treated me outside? Normal. People treated me average. Nobody treated me like I was exceptional. People treated me like I was, a normal guy. But you see, the thing is, if I'm being completely honest, I wanted to be treated differently. I wanted to be treated like I was different, like I was exceptional. I wanted to start attracting girls. I wanted to start feeling some respect from other guys instead of being just treated like some average Joe. I wanted to live a different life because the life I was living at that moment wasn't very fun at all. It wasn't very exciting. I didn't do anything with my life. And the best way, by far, to be treated better and differently by everyone else is to build an aesthetic physique. Basically, what it is when you build a body in a specific way which attracts the opposite sex, which is why, it's aesthetic. I wanted people to respect me. I just wanted girls. I'm not afraid to admit that. I'm not doing this for myself. No one is. Whoever says that, whoever says they're doing this just for themselves, they're not going to the gym for anyone else, they're lying. They're literally lying, or they just deluded themselves into thinking like that. But in reality, man, we're all selfish to a certain extent. We're all selfish. And that's not a bad thing at all. If you think that's a bad thing being selfish, you've been lied to. You've honestly been lied to because that's not a bad thing at all. That's what makes a man. But as I stayed consistent in the gym, I actually started to see improvements in my physique. At that point, it's really hard to quit. I mean, it's the exact same concept of, video games and leveling up in video games. I used to grind Apex Legends, Overwatch, Valorant, and get Immortal, fucking Apex Predator. It's the exact same thing, right? I was Grandmaster in Overwatch. It's the same shit. Is just progressing in real life, which is 5 times better than in any video game. And that was also the point where I actually started to work on my face a little bit. So, I cleared up my skin. My skin had acne and shit. I cleared up my eye bags. I looked like a completely different person at that point. And if you want to know how I did that, so how I, went from this to looking like that, click on the first link in the description below right now. And then I also started to notice my family and friends started to actually compliment my hard progress. Like, oh shit, he's got pecs now. And that positive reinforcement, man, that shit is life changing. And by that point, you just can't quit. You just honestly can't quit. Now, fast forward 2 years from there, and I'm still nowhere near where I actually want to be. But I mean, just look at the improvements. I mean, I've built a solid amount of muscle, and I'm starting to cut down now after a year-long bulk. Yeah, bro, my life quality is 5 times better now because when you've been bulking, when you just look bigger in clothes, when you've put on this muscle, no one treats you like a little kid anymore. People actually talk to you with respect. No one treats you like a little shit, and you become the life of the party. Literally, I was at a birthday party a couple of days ago, my mate's birthday party. I was getting complimented left and right. Oh, this guy's my gym inspiration. Oh my god, look at his pecs. Yeah, you think you can take me on? Let's take this outside. This guy was 40 years old, by the way. But guys, this is called positive reinforcement, and it's by far the absolute best side effect of getting jacked. Because, okay, let me give you an example of positive reinforcement in action as a 10-year time span. So, okay, so let's say there's two boys, and two of them are they're both 5 years old, and they just started school. But one of them has a slightly cuter face than the other one. The one with a slightly cuter face gets one compliment from a girl, and then that compliment makes him 5% more confident when talking to other girls. And then those girls see that 5% more confidence in him, and then they positively reinforce him again and again and again up until he's 15 years old. And the other kid hasn't gotten a single compliment in his life. And by then, the guy who with a slightly cuter face, he's 5 times more confident than the guy who got no compliments, and he's probably been working on himself, and he's not a fucking doomer anymore. That's how powerful positive reinforcement is for us humans. This is what you can achieve with a good physique and a good body. You don't even need you don't even need a good face, guys. Fuck these black pill guys who say, Even if you're jacked, even if you have muscle, you can't do anything if your face is ugly. They fuck, bro. Don't listen to them, bro. They don't even understand human biology. Girls are more attracted to guys with a V-shaped physique. You notice how when you're at the gym or you see a girl with like a fat ass and like, wide hips, big boobs. You know how you're instantly attracted to that and you just want to fuck her? Even if she's ugly, even if your face is fucking ugly, bro. That's exactly what this is. It's like that primal attraction, and that obviously girls get that with guys as well. They need that V shape, and if you say otherwise, then you're just uneducated. So going on this journey, building an aesthetic body, going to the gym was the best decision of my life. And if you haven't departed on this journey yet, man, you need to start today. I'm making you start today. So, how do you actually build an aesthetic physique? So, first off, ideally you'd want to be resistance training at least minimum 3 times a week. Ideally, you would be 5, maybe even 6 times a week. And if you're going for that aesthetic look, the V shape, you need to be prioritizing a couple different muscles. Because if you do like strong lifts or whatever, if you're like in a powerlifting program or whatever, you're not going to be targeting these specific muscles that give off that V shape. So you need to be on like a bodybuilder program, and this is how you do it exactly. Okay, so the main muscles you need to be targeting at least twice a week. So make sure you're hitting these exact muscles twice a week hard with maybe like 2 to 3 days rest in between. Okay, so the first muscle is your shoulder. Now, your shoulder is probably the most important muscle for aesthetics, especially the side deltoid. This is the part that sticks out. This is the part that sticks out. And if you gain like 1 centimeter of width on your side delts, on each side delt, that will probably make the biggest difference in your overall physique than any other muscle gained with 1 centimeter. If you get what I mean, because this is the exact muscle that makes you wide. It makes you wide. That's why it's probably the most important. So the exercise you need to be doing for this is lateral raises, side raises, whatever, with a cable, dumbbells, machine, whatever. When you're lifting your arm up like this to the side, you're going to be activating this side deltoid muscle, and you need to be doing that at least twice a week hard. The second most aesthetic muscle you need to be targeting is your lats. See, this is like the wing. People say the wing, the fucking wing, right? So that's basically your back, and that's the part that comes out. This is probably as important as shoulders, because again, it just creates that width in your physique that girls just love. And with this, you can target it doing rows, pull-ups, pull-downs, just any sort of pulling motion. You're gonna be targeting your lats. Okay, so make sure to do that twice a week again. The next muscle is your upper chest, so that you can see it's this part of the chest, the upper part of your chest. And this is the part of the chest that makes your chest look aesthetic as fuck, because if you have a big lower chest and you don't have a big upper chest, your tit is just gonna look like it's sagging down. It's literally gonna look like you have titties. It's literally gonna look like it's gonna be small hair, and it's gonna sag down, and that's just not a very good look, because it's gonna look like you have gyno. But again, you should be focusing on your entire chest. Don't just do upper chest, because if you're lacking mass on your entire chest, then you need to do your entire chest. But I'm just saying, your upper chest is the most aesthetic part of your chest, especially when you have your shirt off. So for upper chest, the best movements would be incline dumbbell press, incline bench press, fucking high to low, low to high cable flies, low to high cable flies, sorry, yeah. Low to high cable flies. When you're squeezing your upper chest like that, those are awesome for your upper chest. The next muscle you need to be training is your traps. It's basically this right here, this chunky bit right here. And this is giving you that farmer fucking masculine type appearance. This pretty much finishes off the V taper from here, and it's kind of part of your back as well. And yeah, man, just look at how much of a difference it makes if I didn't have it versus if I did. And your traps poke out through your shirt as well. So even if someone looks at you at a first glance, bro, they're gonna see your traps. And if your traps are massive, bro, you're gonna look so much more intimidating in a good way. So pretty much the only exercise that will train this muscle properly is shrugs. Now, it's literally when you grab a weight and you just, shrug your shoulders up and down, and you'll feel the burn in your traps. There's other exercises that target as well, but, This is pure isolation for your traps, so you need to be doing this twice a week hard as well. And then finally, abs. Now your abs don't really contribute to that V taper, but you know, who the fuck doesn't want abs? And we all know abs is like aesthetic as fuck, and it just looks sexy as hell. So again, you need to be training abs in the gym at least 2 to 3 times a week. I know they're revealed in the kitchen and through a good diet, but they're made in the gym. And if you want them to show off at like a more higher body fat percentage, then you need to be training them as well. And this is where I like doing either crunches or leg raises. Actually, I do a mix of both, of crunches and leg raises. Twice, 3 times a week. And then I also like to add arms to that list, because you know, who doesn't like big arms? Girls love big arms. It doesn't contribute to that V taper, but I mean, big arms are big arms. And for arms, it's just a simple bicep curl and a tricep extension will do. You don't have to overcomplicate with arms. And of course, legs. You should not neglect your legs, okay? You should be training all muscle groups at least twice a week. But you should just be putting more emphasis on those muscles that I listed before. And the most important part of all of this, to see if you're actually making progress, is to progressive overload. Are you getting stronger week by week? Are the lifts you're doing, the specific exercises you're doing, are you getting stronger at them? Are you doing more reps per week? Are you making progress in some way? Because then, if you're getting stronger, then you know you've already built that muscle, because progressive overload, if you're stronger, you've already built muscle. That's a fact. So as a beginner, I definitely say you should start tracking your weights, your reps, for each set, for each exercise, and then slowly try to, you know, be better than last time and actually try to progress at that week by week. Again, it's not going to be perfect. You're not going to progress some weeks, and that's fine, man. That's honestly fine. Don't get demotivated, because this is a long-term fucking journey, and you will get your dream result. You will get that dream physique if you never quit. That's a fact. That's a fucking fact, and you need to live by that. You will see your dream result if you never quit. That's the mindset you should have. And finally, eat lots of protein and sleep at least 8 hours a day. Now we all know protein is the building blocks of muscle. Pretty much, I don't like to overcomplicate it, okay? I just eat lots of meat, and I don't eat as much carbs. That's literally, I don't like to overcomplicate it. And with sleep, you build muscle when you sleep. You don't build it in the gym. You don't keep your pump. You build it when you sleep, when you recover. So obviously, a good night of sleep will be optimal. That's pretty self-explanatory. And yeah, man, with the routine, just find a routine online and just add what I said inside the routine, and pretty much just add exactly all those exercises I said to do inside the routine itself. And yeah, you should be good. And if you stick with this for a couple years, bro, trust me, man, you won't be disappointed, because this was the best decision I've ever made in my entire life, to start training in the gym and start building muscle. Because I'm treated completely differently now than I was a couple years back, and chances are, if you're watching this far, bro, you want to be treated differently. You want to be treated differently from the rest. You haven't watched this far in the video because we don't get along. We obviously get along if you watch this far in the video, which means you're probably like me as well, and you want to be treated differently from the rest. You don't want to be average anymore. You want girls to be attracted to you. You want guys to respect you, and by far the best way to do that is to build an aesthetic body, okay? And yeah, again, if you want to know how I completely transformed my face, my looks, from this to this in literally just 2 years, bro, and it'll take you half the amount of time it took me, click on the first link in the description below right now. But thank you, and don't forget to subscribe.